Why it sucks to be born as a mosquito killed half the humans who ever lived. The animal that has killed more humans than every war combined is sitting on your arm right now. She is a millimeter long. She has 6 legs and a needle. She needs your blood, not for food, but because she physically cannot lay her eggs without it. And in the few minutes it takes her to drink, you will probably notice and end her entire life. Welcome to being a female mosquito. You hatched 2 weeks ago in a teaspoon of stagnant water. You spent your childhood as a wriggling thing called a wiggler, an aquatic larva with a snorkel tube on your butt that you used to breathe at the surface. You ate algae and bacteria. You got eaten by fish, dragonfly nymphs, water beetles, and other mosquito larvae who happen to be cannibals. About 1 in 100 of you survived to become an adult. You are female. Your brother already died. Male mosquitoes live about a week. They eat nectar. They mate once. They never bite anything. Most of them get killed by bats or birds before they finish that one job. You are different. You are an Anopheles or Aedes or Culex mosquito, one of around 3,500 species. You will live 2 to 3 weeks if you are lucky. In that time, you have one mission. You have to find a vertebrate, drink its blood, and turn that blood into eggs, or you die without leaving anything behind. This is the part most people get wrong about mosquitoes. You are not drinking blood for food. You drink nectar for food, just like the males. You can fly around for days on flour sugar. You drink blood for one reason: protein. Specifically, you need a class of protein that you cannot get from any plant. Without a blood meal, your ovaries cannot build the yolk that goes inside an egg. No yolk, no egg. No egg, your entire life was pointless. Your body literally has not finished developing. Until you get blood, you are an unfinished mosquito. So the moment you can fly, your nervous system flips into a search mode that will not turn off until you find a host. Most species find that host within a few days. The trick is staying alive long enough to actually drink. When you find a vertebrate, a human, a bird, a deer, a frog, depending on your species, you land somewhere they cannot see you, usually behind the elbow, the ankle, the back of the neck. You insert a needle called a proboscis. The proboscis is not actually a single tube. It's a bundle of 6 different needles, each with a specialized job. 2 saw the skin open. 2 hold the wound apart. 1 injects an anti-clotting saliva. 1 sucks the blood up into your gut. You drink for 2 to 10 minutes. You take in roughly your own body weight in blood. Your abdomen swells until it is bright red and visibly heavier than the rest of you. When you fly off, you are so full that you cannot fly fast or far. You land on a wall. You spend the next 3 to 5 days digesting. The protein gets converted into about 100 to 300 eggs. The way you locate a human is one of the most over-engineered tracking systems in the animal kingdom. It starts at 50 meters. From half the length of a football field away, you can smell the carbon dioxide a human exhales. Every human breath is a beacon, and you fly upwind toward it. This is why standing still and holding your breath does almost nothing. Your skin is still putting off chemicals you cannot turn off. When you get within about 10 meters, you start seeing the host. Mosquito vision is not great, but it is enough to lock on to a moving, warm-bodied shape against the background. When you get within 1 meter, a different sensor turns on. You can detect infrared radiation, the actual body heat coming off a person's skin, at about 70 centimeters. Researchers only confirmed this in 2024. When you get within 10 centimeters, a 4th system kicks in. You sense humidity. Skin gives off water vapor. You also detect a specific oily compound called sebum, the waxy substance everyone's skin produces. Some humans produce more of it. Those humans get bitten more. This is why some people get destroyed by mosquitoes and others sit next to them and barely notice. It is partly blood type. You slightly prefer type O. It is partly body temperature. Runners and pregnant people give off more heat. It is partly beer. Drinking alcohol changes your skin chemistry and you become a brighter beacon. It is partly, weirdly, Soap. Some soaps make you smell more like a flower, which mosquitoes find irresistible. You combine all of this, CO2 plume, visible shape, infrared signature, humidity, sebum, into a target solution and approach. Then you have to land before they swat you. Here is the part that makes you, a 1 millimeter insect, the deadliest animal in human history. You do not kill people directly. Your bite itches. That is it. What kills people is what is inside the blood you stole, and what you accidentally inject back into the next human you bite. Your gut is a perfect environment for parasites and viruses to multiply. The malaria parasite specifically evolved to use you. When you bite an infected person, you suck up the parasite. It reproduces inside your body for a week or two. The next time you bite a different person, the parasite hitches a ride into their bloodstream through your saliva. Malaria is the big one. By some estimates, it has killed somewhere between 4 and 5% of all humans who have ever lived. That's billions of people. There is a famous claim that it killed more like 50%, half of everyone. But most modern biologists say that number is an overstatement. Either way, the kill count is bigger than every war ever fought combined. And malaria is just one of your products. You also deliver dengue, yellow fever, Zika, West Nile, chikungunya, Eastern equine encephalitis, and a few dozen other diseases depending on your species. Currently, mosquito-borne illnesses kill over 1 million humans per year. Most of them are children under 5, most of them in sub-Saharan Africa. You did not design any of this. You just happen to be the perfect delivery system. Your saliva is the syringe. Your gut is the lab. Your search behavior is the courier. The parasites get to ride for free, and the body count is your reputation. Now the bad news. The list of things trying to kill you is roughly every fish in the pond where you hatched, every dragonfly nymph in that same pond, every water beetle, every spider, every frog, every bat, every swift, every swallow, every gecko. Indoors, every spider on the ceiling, every gecko on the wall, and the human whose blood you just took. About 30% of the adult mosquito population dies every single day in the wild. That is not a typo. 30% per day. Of every 100 eggs your mother laid, maybe 1 or 2 reach the adult stage. Of that 1 or 2, the average lifespan is about 2 weeks before something eats them. Of those that do live 2 weeks, only some manage to find a host, drink, lay eggs, and start the cycle over. The reason your species exists is not that any individual is good at surviving. It is that your mother laid hundreds of eggs at once. And even if 99% of them die, the math still works out. You are an animal designed by evolution as a disposable delivery vehicle for the next generation. You will not have a long life. You will not have an interesting life. You have one job. The job is dangerous. Almost everything wants you dead. If you do beat the odds, if you find a host, drink without getting swatted, digest the blood, and find standing water, you lay your eggs in a raft on the surface. 100 at a time, sometimes 300. They look like a tiny floating dust speck. You will probably go back and try to do it again. Females can produce 2 or 3 batches of eggs in their lifetime if conditions are good. Each batch is a fresh game of Russian roulette where the chambers are bats, fish, geckos, and humans with rolled up newspapers. The eggs themselves are surprisingly durable. Some species' eggs can survive complete drying for up to 8 months, waiting for water. When the puddle returns, they hatch within 24 hours. This is why you cannot get rid of mosquitoes by emptying a kiddie pool. The eggs are already there, dried out, waiting. So the species wins. There are an estimated 110 trillion mosquitoes alive at any given moment. They have killed more humans than the Black Death, World War I, World War II, and every famine on record combined. Humans have spent billions of dollars trying to eradicate them. We have not even slowed them down. You, the individual mosquito, will be dead in 2 weeks. Your species has been here for over 100 million years. You are the deadliest animal in human history. You are also a tiny aquatic worm that grew wings and one job. You will live 2 weeks. Most of you will be killed by humans, fish, bats, or each other. The ones that survive will keep the kill count climbing because the parasites you carry will outlive you. If you made it this far, hit subscribe. Next week, we figure out what it's like to be the malaria parasite riding inside her saliva.